Welcome to another installment of Hair Matters here at downtown Boston, Massachusetts, one of the most popular hair podcasts in the Northeast. Here are your hosts, two ladies that never take a shortcut when it comes to hair, Noelle and Aurora from Noelle Salon, downtown Malden, Massachusetts. Visit us at noellesalon.com.
Why, thank you, Dan.
Wow, what an introduction.
Well, I do my best. It only took me 7 tries.
We're very lucky. He's our Ed McMahon.
Yes.
So today, we're going to speak about Madison Reed hair color. Have you heard commercials, Dan, about
I've
that?
seen it before, and so many times I almost feel like she's a second friend.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
Well,
very popular in the hair community.
what Madison Reed is it's an online color. So you can order hair color online by simply taking a test. So they'll ask you questions about, what's the texture of your hair? What's your natural hair color? What % gray do you have in your hair? And what they'll do after you take this test is send you hair color. The hair color is very expensive. It's about $30 with shipment, and you get about 1.7 ounces of color.
Which is nothing.
Because it
Can
really...
that cover a whole head?
No.
No. So
It
you need
really-
several orders.
A very thin
You have
head.
to do it part at a time.
Yeah, a
Unless
very
you have a little
thin head of
Susan
hair.
Rothschild going, yeah.
A very thin head of hair.
Yeah, very thin.
Yes. So the thing is this. We, as stylists, take offense to online hair coloring
Yes.
because there's so much involved.
Yeah, and I just feel like you shouldn't, not that you shouldn't have to do your hair at home, but I mean, the point of us is education and be prepared is to be a stylist to people. So why are you doing your hair at
We're
home?
colorists, so
Exactly.
So we're not going to get into the variables, but I can tell you with buying color online from a simple quiz, it's crazy because there's about 80% chance that this is going to just be a disaster for you.
Have you ever taken the quiz?
I took the quiz
And did you try it?
and I
She
tried
did.
it.
How bad?
No, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. I was smart enough taking the quiz that I knew I couldn't jump up 2 levels of color. We're not going to get into the chemistry of this, but
You lose me on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in order to be a good colorist, you have to have a brain. And you have to understand how color actually works and how it interacts with all types of hair. So taking a quiz is just simply not
Ridiculous.
enough. But it can work for someone who's just staying within their own level of color, which may be a medium brown, or if they're trying to lighten their hair 2 levels. Once you get beyond that, it's a real dangerous time because, Dan, you could turn red. You could turn orange.
But not just that. I mean, how do you know what percentage gray you really are to be able to know how many levels to lift to cover the gray?
And they give you an option. So, Dan, you have some gray in your hair.
Do
So-
I?
You know.
All
that.
right.
So, for an example, they'll say, are you 100% gray? Are you 50% gray? Are you 25% gray? Do you know how gray you are?
I would say 15% would be my guess.
15?
It's
say
a little
you're-
low, I'm going to guess.
I think you're a little higher.
A little
than that.
more, but I mean,
Well, what
that's not
percentage
bad.
am I if I was going to take the quiz?
Well, you
25, 30,
you
a
probably
third?
s-
Am
they
I a
probably
third
would-
gray at this point?
maybe you're 25%.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But you also have to realize you're dark-haired.
I was just going
Yes.
to say,
So it
how do you
sticks out
know?
a little more.
Well, what I was going to say is
It's resistant
also
gray.
the other thing too is a lot of people don't even know their own level. They don't know levels.
Well, they go by medium
right.
or light. But you know what? We could go on because we're not going to teach a color class here, but we can all, you and I, Aurora, and you should be seeing some things working at the salon. We know what
Well,
it takes
I
to
was-
color hair.
I was told by a specialist that it's not good for a man to color his hair. Is that true?
I wouldn't think that it's not good. It's just unfortunately your hair grows so fast, and sometimes you get a greeny tint with a lot of the coverage that they use for men.
You have to. There's only one
Grainy
product. One product I believe in for men. It doesn't completely cover the hair because you know that wig you showed me on a person that's like completely black hair. Well, I don't think you'd look very attractive with that because it wouldn't match you. So what would happen is you don't want to put a color on to completely cover your gray. So there's a 10-minute color by Paul Mitchell. It's called Flash, and it's really good for men. And it just sort of stains the gray hair, but it doesn't give you those crazy casts of orange or whatever.
Yeah,
I
I've done it downstairs a little bit. And for
Yeah, I've
those
seen that on the
are,
beard, not downstairs.
Not,
your
da- no,
beard.
not for those that are not with us and can see me. I'm not talking about downstairs.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
talking about around the lips. I've done it a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Now you could tell easily that I have.
I told you I do. But
But I think I told you.
no, you didn't.
You already knew.
I knew. Well,
You
know
outed
what?
me. You got me out
I
of the
do
closet.
hair color.
All right.
But do you see how you basically sort of stained over that gray?
Yeah.
That's essentially the right way to do it.
I
It's
stained
not bad.
it.
It's
All
not
right.
bad. I just
All
think that a lot of men think that the only way they look younger is with like jet black hair, and it's just not true.
You
It
have to
actually
keep some
ages
gray,
you.
yeah.
I think, from what I've seen, when someone dyes their hair black, it doesn't look real at all. It's almost
No,
like it's
absolutely.
an oil slick.
Looks
it's
like a
too
wig.
black.
Absolutely. There's only
Yeah,
a few people
well,
who
there
have
you go.
naturally black hair, and I wouldn't even say it's black. I would say
Probably
it's
not.
more of a soft black. Is really natural. Anything else is, like you said, shoe polish.
What would you recommend for someone that may be male, or even borderline, that has kind of a neon orange tint that likes to
I would take any
the
color
hair,
that he's
yeah.
messing
Kind of
with
like a
and-
Trump style.
yeah,
Trump style?
like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
That
would
may be a
take
good
A
way to put
natural
it.
fade out.
bottle
Just let it fade.
away
Yeah, just let it
from
just
him.
let it be
I would
sun-kissed.
lock it up. Absolutely.
Sun-kissed.
Now that's a bottle at Walmart $12 special. You
so
think
this
he's
is-
going too cheap?
Well, no, because
He's not going
so
too
this
cheap.
is
He
this
could look
is-
good for the $12 at Walmart.
Well, this is what it is with Madison Reed, for an
Yeah.
example. So there's all types of color out there. Color is not all created equal. What we use in our hair salon is a high quality color. But in order to achieve what your client wants, you have to know not only the color you're working with, you have to know the level of peroxide. You have to really know that person's hair. You have to analyze it. There's so many variables. And in order to
Well,
get light
the good
hair,
thing is,
Yeah.
with some of the thinner-haired friends that we have come into the salon,
do
some of them
have
you don't
them.
have to spend as much time studying, I guess. It's just
Yeah.
kinda, you don't exactly need to get the magnifying glass out.
no,
Sometimes thinner hair or
it just
can
depends
be
on the
can be worse.
consistency. Yeah.
Really?
So
Well,
for
it just depends.
yeah.
Even your body chemistry can create, like, if you're on certain medications or you get a whole different color. sometimes.
Medication can cause someone's
course.
hair to go color. Really?
Go
How
crazy.
is that?
Because it's all chemistry.
or your hormonal, if a woman is, on her cycle, that can change things too. But
The
this
actual
is
color of the hair?
the actual outcome and how it processes.
Pregnant women.
Yeah, it's so the bottom line is this Madison Reed company. Can I just tell you? I don't know. Have you really heard the commercials, guys?
I have. I listen to Howard
I
Stern,
find it.
and I always
hear it on Howard. I find it really annoying that she developed this color for her daughter. And
please.
come on,
She intros that she's such a busy businesswoman that she just didn't have time to get her hair done.
So
Yeah.
she set up a chemistry set. And
apparently
So
that
wrong.
takes less time.
no. What she actually did is she spent a ton of money in promotion and just running ads online, media. She's everywhere. So people hear this and they say, wow, why would I need to go to a salon when I can go and do all this at home? The reality is it's a $30 tube of color.
very small tube.
And it's
Very
a small
Very
tube.
small, all right.
So what do we charge Aurora for a one process all over color?
We start
all
at
over, not just roots, all over.
we start at 65 to 85,
And they get a blow dry with it.
and they get a blow dry and possibly curls the first
Okay.
time they
I
come.
was worried where you were going with that for a second. Sorry.
So
But
think
you also
about-
get the experience of not having to do your hair. You get to relax for a second. You get
Well,
to
you know you're gonna
gossip
miss
a little bit, or
areas.
just stay quiet.
Yeah.
And you get a head massage. I mean, we wash. We do the whole work. So, for $30 more, or $35 more, or actually you're gaining that experience, and you're losing it by doing it at
In addition,
home.
you're getting the right hair color too.
Right, of course.
Because it's a crapshoot. I'm sorry, this Madison Reed thing, and there's more coming on. There's more online. I mean, everything is going online, and there's more companies trying to follow the Madison Reed.
It's just like, why take away clientele from us? I mean, you're always gonna need hairdressers to a certain
Not
extent.
everybody can afford it. So that being said, not everybody can afford professional color. You see the prices that we charge, particularly when you have to lighten hair. And that's what I want to get into also with these tubes of color that you can buy at Madison Reed, or the equivalent, a box hair color,
Yeah,
which
which is like $10.
which is a lot less. And I would say Madison Reed does not contain some metallic dyes like that. It's probably a better quality than what you'd buy in a drugstore, but you can't lighten hair. You'll turn people
So
orange.
You could also just go to Sally's Beauty Supply and buy yourself decent, probably better than Madison Reed color.
Better. and more and save a lot of
Exactly.
money.
Have you ever had any Madison Reed horror stories in the salon?
Well, so let me tell you what happened with
Is
my
that why some of the ladies come in a little thinner on the top after a little Madison TLC, so to
Well,
speak?
sometimes we've had horror stories with them doing their own hair, and I don't know which product line they're doing. It could be a box color from Walgreens, but the thing that disturbs me the most is they're taking away from our craft.
100%.
This is what we studied. This is why we have been working, I mean, me personally, over 20 years to understand hair color and making sure I get it as precise as possible for someone. And then you think you're just going to step in and put this simple quiz that, listen, if you're in hair school, you could create this quiz, and you're going to ship out color all over the place. I tried this Madison Reed. You were there, Aurora. I don't think you were there, Dan. And I have 3 gray hairs. And they're the most stubborn gray hair. I can attest to that. Madison Reed, I said that I had 30% gray. So I know they would give me a higher developer. And I felt that it was a higher developer, although they don't tell you what developer they're actually using. And when I put it on my gray, you saw, Aurora, no coverage whatsoever. So reading their online
three
reviews,
strands of hair they
the
couldn't help
3
you with.
gray strands did not color. So I went online and I read a lot of their reviews, not the reviews that they put out
I was
themselves.
going to say that's
that are on
filtered.
their website.
Oh, that's half of them, yeah.
Yeah. And they say, people are saying no gray coverage. And I also take offense to the fact that they're telling people that this is all natural. Oh, it's no ammonia in the color. Well, essentially, doing research, it's not ammonia.
If you could see my eyes, how far they could roll back into my head
Yeah.
right now. I'm just, it's like it's like almost offensive.
It's offensive to people in this industry, and there's a lot of us.
Well, and also let's talk about blondes. Blondes who do their roots, it's so particular that you could turn brassy and orange and like reddy in 2 seconds if you don't have the right mixture of developer with grays
If you're
and
dark
everything.
hair, well, let's look at it this way. If you're medium brown hair, color with 20 volume even lifts what? 2 colors? Two levels of color? How can you give someone blonde hair? You can't.
Color
So-
does not lift color.
No, it's just not going to happen.
You know, one question from someone that knows little about this
Yeah.
is I sit sometimes with my good friend Hollywood Barani at Noelle
Yes.
Salon, and no matter what color she's trying to make, it always looks light purple. Why is all the
Well,
Well,
color
she's doing
light
a lot
purple?
That's
yeah,
bleach.
yeah.
That's what?
That's bleach.
There's 2 types of
Oh,
bleach.
it's bleach.
Yeah,
Bleach.
there's
See, I
blue
wouldn't have-
based, and then there's violet.
Bleach is the only way for most of us, unless we're really light haired, to get blonde highlights or blonde pieces, or to be all over blonde. You have to bleach hair. So that's
Kind of like
literally
Ellen
stripping.
Damsky,
Like Ellen Damsky.
everyone's favorite psychic.
Well, that's a different story because Ellen's gray and then she just puts color on over it. But
You're trying to tell me the carpet doesn't match the drapes.
I don't think it does.
Oh, Ellen, I hope you're not.
Ellen, if you're listening, we apologize. You know Dan, though. So what they do, so what this marketing scheme that they have going is they say they have no ammonia, but they have another product that contains ammonia and essentially does what ammonia does by opening the hair cuticle and allowing color to come in. Then they say they don't use PPDs. That's something that also makes color stick. Well, they use PTDS, which is pretty much the same thing. It can even be a little more toxic. Just has a better smell.
Sorry, but what are they trying to say? Like, if you use color at a hairdresser's, you're going to get cancer? Like, what are they trying to say by this, like, promotion of that they're all natural? Like, whoever said that going to a hairstylist or a, professional person is going to cause something bad?
Well, color can, I guess if you're swimming in it all the time, it could have its risks.
So can't the coffee that I'm drinking?
Yeah, but color has certain chemicals, but there's the only way to permanently dye hair is by using something that's going to have ammonia, something that's going to allow the ammonia and developer to work together so that the hair grabs the color, doesn't fade in immediately. So you take that risk. It's basically what you do. What disturbs me again the most about Madison Reed, I sound like I'm really.
Tell us how you
am
really
I really
feel.
angry? Well, yeah, because
Well,
I
it's
take pride
ridiculous.
in my business, and they also say you can balayage your hair at home. Remember, I tried to explain to you, Dan, what balayage is.
I still have no idea what it is. I hear it all the time. I don't have a clue.
I know you don't spell it. You can explain it.
Well, I think
know I
it's
don't
just
spell
funny
it,
that
that's
they're
right.
specifically using balayage now because it's like popular.
Right.
Where they would have said like a foil or ombre, like you can do this all at home.
good
You
luck.
can't do any of it at home.
Good luck trying
I
to
can
foil.
barely do it myself, and I know what I'm doing.
And you're a specialist.
But I only have 2 hands, and they have to be on the
well,
top of my
that's
And
head.
they're
the
not going to be
best.
in the back. of your head.
Exactly. So, I mean, what balayage is the look of sun-kissed highlights or lowlights or just some type of very natural blend of colors.
So the way we have to do it is you could do it in a foil, you can do it open-aired, but you basically, you see the front of my hair? So the
Yeah.
front of my hair has some roots and just lighter ends. So we're just painting color on.
It's specific places that we want.
Right. So it's a more
around the
natural
face.
look with a root. You're usually going lighter, obviously, with the balayage. So they have a kit that you can do this to yourself, or you can have a friend.
How much is this?
Oh, you know what?
$29.99.
No, it's more than
More
that.
than that, okay.
Because the hair color is 30.
And what is
Which-
involved in the kit? A bowl?
It's probably just like what they used to do years ago when you could cap your own hair. It's just bleach. It's bleach, and they tell you how to create like a little V section and bleach your hair. Good luck with that one. And there's no toner with it.
Well, you know what? Shame on this woman, this Madison Reed character.
I'm sure it's a
Is that even her
conglomerate.
name?
There's a
Well,
conglomerate.
but
of
like
people.
as a businesswoman, you're essentially telling people to do their hair at home takes business away from other women.
It
I
also-
don't think she's worried about you guys. She's
No,
worried about her
it's
own
not
pocket.
about
Obviously
that. But,
not, but-
but let's just say she's not helping anybody with doing hair at home.
Yeah, she's just helping herself by
The
giving them
only
false
people
advertising.
that can benefit from that hair color is someone who wants to stay on their own level and maybe add a hint of gold, because that's usually what you're going to get, or maybe ash up their color. Just staying one level, almost like a semi-permanent color, should work.
But like we said before, it's just go to a beauty store that you can go to and get color. It's not as offensive than this whole crazy thing that she's created.
I think the price point of this is insane, but now there's others jumping on the bandwagon, so there's going to be more people. But I don't think the reason for our podcast is really to say, don't do your color at home, because some people just can't afford to. Maybe they should go to a beauty school, because they're still going to get a better product, and somebody there that would know a little more than themselves if they don't have any training. It takes our profession and degrades it to
It
say
does. It makes it like
that
it's a joke.
we
Yeah.
didn't do anything to get where we are and earn what we earn.
Experience.
And with all the years and the trial and error of everything we had to do
Yeah.
to get to where we are. And I think that's crazy.
Why do they call it Brazilian? Because I have to say, the first time
Brazilian.
I heard
What are you talking about, Brazilian?
the
Where'd that come
blowout.
from? Oh, that's not a hair color.
Because, no, I understand it's not a color, but the first time I heard it, I had to say I was a little confused as to what it meant. I thought it was something else that was going on out back at the salon. Then I came to realize it was a hair technique.
Well, pretty soon they'll be doing those at home too. Actually, they're trying to do that at home. Brazilian Blowout is the brand we use.
Oh, it's a brand.
It's a keratin treatment.
I didn't know that.
But
Okay.
a lot of this straightening technique supposedly originated in Brazil, because a lot of the women there tend to have more coarse texture, not all. So
Most,
a lot of them do. So this technique of using a product to kind of coat the hair and add shine by flat ironing is what is called a keratin treatment.
And there's
quote-unquote,
Japanese straightening too.
which is more permanent.
But we don't do that at Noelle's salon.
Oh, we do Japanese
do.
straightening. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
well,
do.
see, I
You
learn
know how the
something new
Japanese
every
women
day.
have the very silky hair?
Very straight.
Very straight
Very
and silky.
straight.
Yep. That's where that originated
All right.
from. So
But yeah, I just, it's bad enough when clients come in or when they don't come in and you hear that they are just doing their own hair because they feel that they can do it themselves. Not because they can't afford it, but they genuinely
yeah, but then
think
when
that they can do it
They're
themselves.
sold on the TV ads or the
Exactly.
radio
Or
ads.
now YouTube or Instagram where
Yeah.
you have all these like
How to.
Insta something
And
doing
what's-
it themselves.
What's so amazing about this particular company, and I'm sure others will follow the model, is they do have all these people going on YouTube. Oh, I did
Giving
my own
reviews,
color.
I
and
know.
it's so great. All these quote unquote influencers. So unfair, because people like to go to YouTube to think that they're going to get the truth in reality, and it's just crap.
Well, you know what? We should be doing videos like that in front of the the Grammys video wall.
Yeah, we
photo
have a
wall that you
Grammy
have.
video wall in this
Well, that's
studio
what I mean.
here.
You should be doing a little video with them,
Well,
telling them how nice it is to have it done by professionals.
Yeah. I mean, in your business, would you like, God forbid someone could replace whatever you've done in your career.
That'd be easily replaced.
No,
but
you're
that's
not.
all right.
But I'm just saying, whatever you've really worked at as with passion, if it could be just easily replaced by a few presses of a button.
Oh, I wouldn't like it at all.
No. So
I wouldn't like it at all.
Well,
But maybe, to be fair, maybe that would be a way to let people know more about what the finished product looks like at Noelle Salon.
I think we should do that. And I just think that on the other side of this, people aren't really saving any money. When a tube of color for 1.7 ounces is and a little pair of gloves and some barrier cream.
Free gloves you got?
Free gloves, barrier cream to protect staining, and it's like $30.
Now, as someone that knows nothing about this, if it comes out bad,
They come
What?
to us.
am I keeping you up, Aurora?
We
I
worked
know I'm
all
a
day.
very boring
This is a
individual, but
Saturday
thank
and we
you,
work,
Aurora.
so
Thank
don't
you.
take
Well,
offense.
I'll be there next Saturday, too.
Yeah, I know.
If it goes wrong, how long does it take before the hair is quote-unquote settled enough where
Oh
they
my
can have it
gosh.
fixed?
4, 6, or
Jeez.
8 weeks usually.
It may be
Really?
Well, your hair has
more.
to grow out.
Yeah. That's
And
the
then
only way.
and then you get like a band because the other hair is growing down. So now you have 3 colors probably, or 2 or 3 colors in your head.
Well, what happens is what makes salons get, I'm not going to say a bad reputation, it's we have to do a lot of corrective coloring, whether that be someone grabbing box dyes at home or salon jumping and not staying with one stylist and getting consistent color. So we have to charge for that. I mean, a corrective color, some of them are just so horrible that you can't even get them done in one day, and they take hours. We have to charge. So people say, oh, that salon's so expensive. Well, damn it, if you came in with just normal natural hair, it wouldn't. Or if you had professional people working on you, it wouldn't. But people like to hop and jump, and they think, other places are going to do better, and it's unfortunate.
Like, I won't name any names, but we'll just call her Joanne Rogers that came in the other
Well, you just
afternoon.
named
She
her full name.
She looked like she needed more help than we could possibly give her in the salon, but you made her look pretty good at the end.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean,
She's been to a few places that
She's been to a lot of
Screwed
places,
it up
but
a
that's a
little
different
bit.
story for a
She's-
different time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to tell you that story because that one's pretty.
You know, she's still coming down off of a few bumps in the 60s, but that's a different story for a different
Maybe
time
the
for old
80s.
Joanne. Well, all right.
But I mean, honestly, she's bounced around to every salon I know.
Yeah.
And she came to me, and then now she's back. I would never have that face to do that
Why?
because I wouldn't go back. I mean, if I was someone's client and then I waited not 1 year, not 2 years, like a decade, and then I show my face again.
16 years, I believe.
It
she
was
said.
it 16 years?
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break.
people
Well-
have such a hard face.
And then
they really do.
then-
She had a very hard face.
don't care.
I mean, they don't come much harder than poor
Stop.
JR.
I mean, there's a few clients that I even look at you and I'm like, what gall you have just coming through. It's just why do you have to come back here at all?
and we sound terrible doing this, but you know what?
Whatever.
It's the public. Working with the public is really
be
tough.
tough.
It's really tough.
I think if Marlboro was ever looking for a Marlboro woman to ride on the back of the horse
Did
with
you
the
find
guy,
one?
JR.
JR again?
JR, yeah.
You think she's the woman?
She could be with a little cowboy hat and that. It just, have you ever seen those commercials about the women that smoke? And then they go, I have a
Oh, my
hole
God.
in
Oh, my
She looked kind of like that. Like she was a cigarette that was already smoked herself. But she looked nice when she left. Well, it's an interesting experience every day at Noelle's Salon. It's part of the fun, is to see the interesting ladies that come in from all walks of life. We even had a walker, I think, that came in the other day, too.
A
But,
walker?
a street walker.
Like a gypsy?
Oh.
We've always had gypsies.
Oh, no, not the gypsy.
A street walker.
No, we have call girls.
You know,
I wouldn't say street
Oh,
walker.
you know how
You know how many call girls? I mean,
We
but,
have many that come in.
but God bless them. They want to look good and they'll spend the
And
money.
they
and they
pay.
will, and that's
And
one
they
thing.
don't give you a hard time.
That is one thing is, and they don't come in displaying that what they do as a profession. You get the hint, but
get to know it.
they want to just be the best they can be, and I appreciate that.
In conclusion, I think this is basically if you can't afford to get your color done, go to a hair school.
Just go gray.
don't color
Don't
your
get
hair.
anything done.
You're probably almost
Nothing.
better off.
Yeah.
Or don't ever bleach at home. That's disaster. Go to a hair school and they can maybe, work it out.
Honestly,
we're
though,
next door to
like,
one.
just don't give money to somebody who's promoting it like this.
Well,
I'd rather
right.
you can
This-
go on
this is a
Amazon at this
scam.
point and
This
you can
is a
get
scam.
anything on Amazon, any color. Well, what I'm saying is like you can literally do whatever you want or get whatever you need without being a beautician anymore, which is kind of, I don't love that either. But that being said, I would rather see you get a good color line
And not
get this
screwed
nonsense.
with price-wise.
Because if it was
and-
so good, we would be using this in the salon.
There is also what they do is they have a live colorist you can chat with.
Oh.
So I started chatting with the colorist. You think
Yeah,
a
you're
real
talking
live
about typing.
yeah, you can do online chat. Do you think that a real colorist who's actually making money in the industry is sitting around with Madison Reed? She basically read off something that they probably had pre-done.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I don't want to get any gold. I don't want too much golden hues. Well, because you said you're medium brown, you will tend to have more red tones come out. Well, how would I avoid that? I wrote, and she said, well, you want to do something with ash. These are kind of elementary,
Well,
Well,
Madison Reed is hiring stylists too to represent her.
they have, but I think
Maybe
they
that could
have.
fill in some slots
They
for old
have
double
Madison
A.
Reed salons, guys. Double A.
Where are the salons?
Wait, why?
I
What
don't
would be the
know.
point?
Using
Isn't-
their product line. They're really, it's ingenious, and you have to give credit. To
But
take
why
an
would
industry.
someone want to go to one of their salons if they're
And
trying
they can
to
only pay
pitch if you can do
$30?
it at home?
Well,
Oh,
I
the
would.
price point. Okay.
I think I don't.
Yeah, but
think
you
it's
still
a
have to
price
pay the
point.
person for doing
No.
it, right?
No, it's going to be more. I think it's probably more remote areas. I don't know. I have to look into that a little more because I don't think in Boston anybody's going to say, "Oh my God, let me run to a Madison Reed salon with
Well, she
all the great
obviously
places."
people are doing this because she has enough money to give herself advertisements on Sirius. So
The advertising is insane, and the online presence. Oh my gosh! But there's others coming up. So we can only warn people: don't take your hair into your own hands. You never know what'll happen, but.
it's not going to look like
Just
an
ask
Instagram
Elaine
picture.
about that. It's a busy paw.
Well, just please don't bleach your hair. And Dan, don't touch Madison Reed.
I wouldn't know even remotely how to begin the process, so you don't
See,
have to worry about losing me.
We're not going to be coloring your hair anytime soon.
No, men should just leave their hair to just do its thing, gray or white. Just leave it alone.
Now, what about the fuzz, though?
I don't. What's wrong with it being gray?
His beard, meaning his beard.
No, I know, but
Baby
what's wrong with it
Marati
being
said
gray?
to me, watching one of our videos, it said it looked like you blew your nose all over your beard, and that made me a little self-conscious about it, believe
Oh,
it or not.
God. Why? Oh, were you patchy or something? What the
No,
heck?
it was pretty white. And he made me a little, I said, well,
Well, I
at
think
least
just
he
a
had the
little, like
guts
you
to
were
say
saying,
it.
just like a little soft, tinting is not
But you
bad.
can see, though, that it's more. There's the beard kits, believe it or not, they're not that bad. And that's all. You
well.
probably bought a beard kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
it was
then-
here for men.
Yeah, just
Or
for
no,
men.
Just that one, just
yeah,
for men.
I mean, they've got that kind of down. Listen, I'm not going to tell the guy he has to come in and have a salon stylist start coloring their beard, although barbers can. But whatever you're doing, it's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
thank you.
Yeah.
To hear it from you, fine, even though you said nothing. To hear it from you, fine ladies. All right, folks, that does it again for Hair Matters. For all your hair needs, check out noellesalon.com and come visit us. Beautiful downtown Malden, Massachusetts at 347 Pleasant Street. A hop, skip, and a jump away, not to be confused
Like
with
a
those
bunny.
Playboy bunnies from Malden Center. We are open 6 days a week. The only off day is on Mondays. So if you ever in need of a little TLC on a Sunday, give us a shout. We'll make it happen. Again, noellesalon.com. To wrap up the summer, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen unless you have another niche. We'll see you next time.
Let the man go through. Let the man go through.